On this week's show, Jeff Johnston gets the opportunity to take out the new Thor Gemini motorhome for one of his full reviews. The Gemini was one of the finalists for the RV Business 2016 RV of the Year Awards. Also, we don't talk much about them until they stop working. This week we visit one of Thetford's factories to see what goes into building today's modern RV toilets. Then later, we catch up with Evanne Schmarder in her RV kitchen as she shows us how to make a delicious Guac-Pico. These stories and more on this week's Rollin On TV. Closed and Spanish captioning, where available, is sponsored by Jayco. At Jayco, we've been making family dreams come true since 1968. Back in February, we brought you the 2016 RV Business RV of the Year Award Show, and Thor Motor Coach took one of the finalist positions with his sleek-looking Gemini motorhome. Well, this week, Jeff shows us why this new Thor model scored so high on the judges' list.
Small motorhomes are big today. Manufacturers are coming up with some very interesting packages of material to tempt our RV traveling fraternity.
All right, so this is the 23 TR Gemini by Thor Motor Coach. This has just about everything that you could want for the person who's wanting to go to state parks, resorts, and wanting to stay in the smaller park spaces. It gives you lots of interior space and luxury and fits an excellent investment profile for the dollar. We're very excited at the chassis. This is a Transit Connect chassis by Ford. It's a 3.2 liter turbo diesel engine. We can't wait to show you all it has to offer.
The new Gemini Class C from Thor Motor Coach, actually more of a low profile C given its overall compact dimensions, is a great example of that new crop of smaller motorhomes. This packs a lot of material into a 23-foot long package. Open road or campground parking lot, the Gemini is a dream to drive and maneuver. The 23-foot 6-inch coach is a good match for the new Transit chassis. Its tight steering radius, braking, and suspension all seem about right for this type of RV. When Ford replaced its venerable and popular Econoline van with the Ford Transit cab and chassis, they took a chance on maybe alienating a few customers, but the fact is, this seems to be a very nice, very functional replacement for the old Econoline. The 3.2 diesel engine backed up by a transmission that seems to have really well-designed shift points, drives well, lots of get up and go. You nail the gas and the thing gets out of its own way. Suspension is terrific. It rides very smoothly, doesn't seem to bump around much. I mean, we're on a secondary state highway with a little bit of bumps and swales, but not bad. And it seems like a vehicle that would be very comfortable over the long drive. But something like this, it's a compact size, it's not too big, not too heavy. It just rides and handles more or less like driving a full-size van. And that's something that people, even ones who are a little nervous about driving an RV, can get comfortable with really easily. Steering wheel contains the usual array of variety of controls, smart stocks for turn signal, windshield washer, cruise control. Shift lever is right handy here, and it includes a convenient up and down rocker switch so you can manually change the transmission setting. For example, if you're going downhill and you need to use a lower gear for safety, you can shift it down and it holds it right there. No shortage of storage here in the rig. Cup holders on the engine cover and on the dash. Cubby hole on the door and overhead for map books and electronics. Ford's making it really easy on the driver. The dash is very nicely laid out. Everything is easy to see and reach. The radio has a wonderful array of large, easy-to-see controls. Makes it pretty simple to operate, I think, as opposed to some that are not at all intuitive. Heating, ventilation, air conditioning controls are right there where you can reach them, and they're familiar looking controls, so they're easy to operate. Compact RV size has benefits. We slid back into our campsite at Belknap Hot Springs and had more than enough room for our rig. Thor Motor Coach has done a great job of integrating the cab with the fiberglass body. And the aerodynamics on the body helps to contribute to the fuel economy that turns out to be pretty good for a small vehicle like this. Of course, the aerodynamics doesn't let you keep away from the bugs, but such is life when you're RVing in the springtime. Take a look under the hood, and you find pretty much what we're accustomed to looking at with a van, which is to say it's really full under there and you can't see a lot. However, you can see the engine in this case. Most of the service points look like they're readily available, which is good. And this is the new 3.2 liter inline 5-cylinder diesel engine. Seems like a funny configuration, but boy, it works great. As with the Sprinter, the Gemini fuel and DEF fluid fillers are tucked behind an access hatch that can only be opened when the driver's door is open. The side storage compartment includes a narrow pass-through space that can accommodate longer but narrow items. The driver's side storage compartment is a good space to stash the power cord and similar utility-related hardware. An exterior shower and the propane access are also located on the driver's side. And if the beauties of nature and the wonders present right at your fingertips here in the campground aren't enough, or you want to review the day's GoPro footage, for example, you have available an optional 32-inch external TV that you can watch from the campsite. Got your speakers to be able to kick the sound out there. Not a bad option for entertainment in camp. We have more exciting features to show you about the new Thor Gemini motorhome, and we'll be right back after these commercial messages, so stay tuned.
Thetford's tough new Titan sewer hose is virtually uncrushable. Ever had your sewer hose run over by an RV? Watch Titan bounce back. Titan hose is made of Thetford's proprietary blend of TPE and provides the highest degree of puncture and abrasion resistance. It has an easy-to-grip fitting for a leak-free connection to RV outlets. A rotating elbow easily aligns and allows a convenient connection and straighter flow. Titan provides more for your money and is another innovation from Thetford, the RV sanitation leader.
When you have a Truma AquaGo instant hot water system, you can expect to make a lot of new friends.
Welcome back to Rollin On TV. Let's continue our look at the new Thor Gemini motorhome, a compact package with lots of appealing features. The skylight lets in welcome sunlight, but the powered cover makes it easy to block when needed. The convenient systems monitor panel and stereo are to the right of the entry door. A rear wall bedroom slide-out is a standard 23TR floor plan feature. The bed doubles as a sofa lounge by day, and the mattress folds down into an RV queen size for sleeping. Overhead storage cabinets, convenient USB device charging ports, underbed storage, and a 24-inch TV are part of the bedroom equipment package. A small wardrobe is forward of the bed and adjacent to the street-side bath. In a clever arrangement, the secondary bath door opens in and the main door latches open across the hallway to create a comfortable-sized bathroom suite next to the bedroom. The toilet, compact sink, and corner shower are packed in pretty tight, but they do the job as needed. Contemporary-looking cabinets and clean, functional hardware with concealed hinges give the galley a modern appeal. A single-bowl stainless sink with pull-out faucet, plus a flush-fitting stovetop make up the counter appointments. The concealed hinges are spring-loaded and hold the cabinets securely closed. When guests arrive, the sofa bed folds down into another sleeping space and it folds away just as easily. A removable pedestal table serves as an all-purpose table in front of the sofa. We really like the handy cup holder, catch-all tray, and USB power port located at the forward end of the sofa. Well, the Gemini was easy to set up in camp, had plenty of storage for bringing along the necessities for a camping trip. All that's left now is to head on down to the river and see if we can find any hungry fish. In the meantime, for more information about the Gemini motorhome from Thor Motor Coach, log on to our website at rollinontv.com.
Next, we'll head out to the Thetford factory. But first, a word from our sponsors. At Jayco, we're a lot more than just an RV manufacturer. We're all about family, and we've been making family dreams come true since 1968. To see our complete product line and find your nearest Jayco dealer, visit us online at jayco.com or just log on to rollinontv.com. At Norcoal, we realize that some of your favorite RV destinations are off the grid. And Norcoal refrigerators are uniquely designed with that RV experience in mind. We call it Freedom Unplugged. To learn more about our Norcoal RV refrigerator line or to find a dealer near you, visit our website at norcoal.com. RV toilets. We're happy and don't even think about them when they work. But when they don't, they can definitely flush out the worst in us, if you know what I mean. This week we pay a visit to Thetford, one of the leading manufacturers of RV, marine, and portable toilets, and see what goes into building them. The company has 3 different production lines that turn out, would you believe, 32 different models? Like anything else, toilets come in all sizes, shapes, colors, and of course, prices. I must say, we do take a lot for granted when it comes to RV toilets. Think about it. They get bounced around. They're in weather ranging from 10 below zero to 140 degrees. And just think how much weight a toilet may have to hold. In other words, we expect them to work no matter what. At Thetford, along with continuous online inspections, they also have an extensive testing laboratory. During our visit, we saw a few tests being performed, including the shaking and bouncing test. Now this test simulates a new toilet and what it could go through just to get delivered. They also have an oven that duplicates extreme heat conditions. And on the other side of the room, a line of toilets were going through a flush mechanism test. Keep in mind, these tests are simulating years of use. And in another test, the machine is duplicating the weight of a 400-pound person. So you see, the toilets we take for granted, Thetford doesn't. As I mentioned earlier, Thetford has 3 different production lines, and we had a chance to see 2 of them. On the first line, plastic toilets are produced. The first step is installing a flush cable in the upper bowl assembly. Then, the upper bowl and base unit are matched up for the next operation. Now, the flush mechanism is installed. And if you notice, the operator actually initials each unit he works on. This is part of Thetford's quality control procedure. In the next operation, a bonding agent is put on the bowl and base unit, then they're secured together in a state-of-the-art heat bonding machine. Another worker installs the flush pedal, and then the whole unit is thoroughly inspected. At another station, water valves are assembled and pressure tested to the same pressure toilets will receive over a lifetime. Once the valves pass the pressure test, they go into a bin where another inspector checks each unit for correct parts. Remember, Thetford makes 32 different toilets, so there are a lot of parts around. Now, the seats and covers are installed and the finished toilet heads to the packing department. Toilets going to retailers are packed in boxes, and toilets going to the RV manufacturers are stacked onto reusable trays. On the next line, they're assembling more expensive porcelain toilets. Some of these steps are the same as we saw on the first line. We pick up here with the assembly of the plastic waterline unit. Then, each assembly goes through a pressure test to make sure there are no leaks. Once they pass the test, another worker attaches the hose and fittings, then dates each assembly. Next, the flush ball and pedal assembly are added. At this station, the porcelain bowls are brought over and the bowl is bolted to the base. Then, a flush nozzle is attached in place. With all that done, the last step is attaching the seat cover and we're off to the packing area. Like the other line we saw, some toilets get boxed for retail, but with porcelain being so delicate, a special foam packaging is placed around the bowl and through a chemical reaction expands securely around the toilet. The porcelain toilets headed to the RV manufacturers are also placed on reusable plastic trays, then banded together and they're ready for shipping. When you look at this huge warehouse area, you get a good idea of just how many toilets Thetford makes each week. By the way, Thetford is another company that's proud to say, made in America. Now, next time you use that RV toilet, you can appreciate exactly what went into building it. Never run out of propane again. With Level Check, there's no more guesswork. Just run the gauge over the tank, and when the light turns from red to green, you'll know exactly how much propane you have left. It's that simple. Level Check, another great product from Truma. For more information, visit levelcheck.com. For 50 years, Campers Inn RV has been your trusted resource for RV sales, service, and accessories. Now, with 15 locations along the East Coast from New Hampshire to Florida, we'll be giving you that same family-friendly service and be your trusted resource for another 50 years. For information and locations, visit us online at campersinn.com. And now, let's catch up with Evanne and see what she's cooking up this week.
La 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 bam ba do ba ba da ba ba da. Oh, hello there. You're just in time to learn how to make two fantastic dips. Guacamole and its easy companion pico de gallo. Or for you fellas wanting some manly recipes, pico de gallo. I call these companion recipes because the majority of ingredients are shared. That makes it easy to chop once and enjoy two different flavor sensations. We're going to start with the pico de gallo because it needs to sit a little while for the flavors to meld. Then we'll conquer the guacamole. Easy peasy, and it is so good. I came across this pico de gallo recipe when I was visiting South Padre Island, Texas a number of years ago. In fact, I was in the grocery store and they had a lot of jalapeno peppers and they had tomatoes and cilantro all gathered together. And there was a fellow in the produce section and I asked him, what would one do with all of these ingredients together? And he said, of course, you would make pico de gallo. Pico de gallo is really like a fresh salsa, and he gave me his wife's recipe, which is really super easy. So I'm going to show you how to do it. The base of it is tomato. Yum. So what we're going to do is we're going to just put some fresh tomato in a bowl. Now, I'll tell you that a lot of people tell you to take out the seeds, the middle part of the tomato, but I like it nice and juicy, so I leave those in. That looks pretty good. Yeah, it's just about 3 small tomatoes. Great. We're going to put in some cilantro. And a little bit of onion. Yep, just like that. And some peppers. Just a touch of salt. Mix it together. And that's it. That is so simple. Pico de gallo. Yo. We're going to set it aside so the flavors can meld, and we're going to make our guacamole. Now, guacamole is really easy. I'll tell you, I used to go to the produce section, buy my avocados, and pick up one of those little packages of dehydrated spices, come home, smush up my avocado, pour the spice packet in, mix it up, and let it hydrate. It was pretty good. But once a long time ago, I went to a restaurant called the Flying V in Tucson, and they had a guacamole at your table cart. It was there and then I saw how absolutely simple it was, and the flavor, oh, head and shoulders above the package. So let me show you, it's super, super delicious. Here's what we're going to do. We've got our tomatoes, just like we had in our pico de gallo. Right in like so. Some of our pepper, again, not too much. We're going to add some onion, just like that, and some cilantro. Up to now, it's identical to pico de gallo. Next, we're going to add fresh chopped garlic. Put that in just like so. I'm going to mix it about. Pico de gallo with garlic, right? And our avocado. So we're going to cut our avocado like so, twist it. Ooh, that's a beauty. I'm going to take my pit out. By the way, it is not true that if you leave your pit in your made guacamole, it will keep it from getting brown. Actually, citrus juice like a lemon or a lime will do that, but not the pit. All right. I'm going to take this part of the avocado out. Use my fork. I'm going to smush it up. The second half of my avocado I'm going to take out, but I'm not going to smush it too much. I'm going to leave it a little bit chunky. Sometimes that works and sometimes it doesn't. We'll see how it goes. The last thing we're going to do before our guacamole is actually ready to serve is we're going to add some salt. Now, you might not want to add salt, but you really need to add salt. It enhances the flavor. Just a little bit, right in like that. Okay, I just want to give you a little tip on the serranos or the jalapeno peppers. They're of course pretty spicy, but when you cut them open and you slice them in half, they have seeds and white. Now that's where most of the heat resides. So you can moderate the heat by moderating how many seeds and how much white you leave in. I remove it all because what I want is a spicy flavor, but I don't want it to really burn my mouth. So this is what it looks like. All right, so the last thing we're going to do before we eat, so we're going to put these in some pretty little bowls. Excellent. And our pico de gallo. These are terrific appetizers to enjoy at happy hour around the campfire. Add to tacos or burritos, or as a quick side to morning eggs or a topper on your fresh catch. I'm RV Cooking Show Evanne, wishing you delicious dips, 2 of them right here, and many friends to share with. Cheers, yo!
We hope you enjoyed this week's show, and for additional information on anything you saw on the show, along with additional videos and stories, visit our website at rollinontv.com. You can also follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook. As usual, this has been another fun production. For the latest up-to-the-minute RV news, visit our media partners at rvbusiness.com.